to my crocheting channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this super easy hat, which is a perfect beginner project. So let's get into this beginner-friendly tutorial. So to get started, you will need a 5mm crochet hook, and also I used this alpaca yarn, but you can use any yarn and any hook size, just make sure that they match. Then we're going to do a slip knot, which you can see me doing here, and the next step is to start chaining a bunch of stitches. And to make a chain, you're just going to grab some yarn and pull it through the loop. And you're just going to chain as many as you would like to get the desired length that you want on your beanie. To make sure you get like the length you want, you can measure from the top of your head all the way down to where you want your beanie to go, and then up again a few centimeters for the fold. And that will be the length where you should stop doing your slip stitches. So for me, that was at 26 centimeters, and I think that would be like a pretty standard to do something between 25 to 30 centimeters. Now we're taking our chain and starting to make single crochets. To make a single crochet, you will put the needle through the loop on one of your stitches, grab some yarn and pull through. So insert your hook, and then grab some yarn, and then grab some yarn again and pull through. So these will be your single crochets, which you will continue with all the way down till you reach the end of this chain. And with this specific yarn that I use, it's a little bit hard to see the stitches, but it's not very important that you do it like perfectly. So you can just like count so that you have as many single crochets as you did your slip stitches. And even though this is a very beginner-friendly pattern, it's not very easy to go through every step in detail, so like how you do the stitches and so on. So I will be dropping a video where I explain all of that, but yeah, I'm sure there's also plenty of them out there. Um, but yeah, we will just continue with our single crochets, and I'll see you when it's done. So now we've reached the last single crochet, and now it's time to chain one and then turn your work. And here it gets a little more complicated because we're going to do a half double crochet. So you will grab some yarn first and then insert your needle, and then grab some yarn again, pull up, and then grab some yarn and pull through. But that's not all you're doing here. You're only doing it in the back loop. So on your stitches, you have two loops, and here you're only half double crocheting in the back loop. So as you can see here in the picture where I have a arrow pointed at where you should crochet. So only in the back loop you half double crochet, I mean, and that will create this kind of pattern which will make it a little more stretchy. And all you're gonna do now is just repeat this back and forth when you half double crochet in the back loop only. And once you have done a couple of rows, your work is gonna look like this. And here you can just see me continuing with this pattern of half double crochets in the back loop only. And you're going to do this all the way until this rectangle that you have crocheted fits all the way around your head. And for me, that looked like this. So now we're gonna sew these two ends together. And you will make this like this. So I just have my last round like on the hook, and then I stitch my needle into the first stitch on the other side. So to crochet these things together, you insert your hook in one side and then the other side, and then grab some yarn, pull through, and then pull through again. So this is just slip stitching the ends together. And this will create like a tube or something like that. And this, when you've done this step, it's time for you to try the hat on and see if it fits on your head. And if you feel like you want more instructions, you can see me doing this on video. And I would say that this project is fairly easy, but it's like one of the projects I've used the most, I think. It's so useful to just have like a very basic beanie for winter time. And this yarn was also very, very nice to work with because it was so smooth and fluffy when, yeah, I was done with the beanie. But now we have reached the end of stitching these two together. So I will like grab some extra yarn and then just pull through. So you have this like end of your yarn. And then I take a needle and I start sewing this like edge together. So this is like the top of your head that you're sewing together. And you're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the needle on the edge of this. And this will create like, yeah, like pulling everything together. So you get this like top of the head. And it's really important that you make like small, small back and forth movements so you really get like a tight top of the head. It's not very like exact, but I guess you could say that I'm doing like one stitch like back and forth in every row or something like that. But it's not very important that you do like exactly like that. It's just, yeah, you could just improvise, but pretty small stitches. And once you've finished doing this all the way around the edge, you're probably still gonna have a little hole at the top of the head, and that's where we're gonna start to just sew this together. So you can just go back and forth with needle over the hole that you still have left, just to tighten up, like, so you don't have a hole there. And yeah, I just did like back and forth, and it's not very like exact. Again, you can just improvise here. And when the hole is all sewn together, I will just take the excess yarn and pull it through the middle, and then take the hat inside out just to weave in the end of this yarn. So I will just do like some back and forth with the needle, and then just cut off the axis. And then I turn it to the right side and weave in the other ends. And just like that, you're done with your beanie. This is definitely one of my most used projects this winter, so I would really recommend you to try it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and please leave a thumbs up if you liked the tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more crochet content from me. Bye!